Okay, the next step in the process is to cut our foil tape and then stick it on. It is double-sided, so it applies really easily. So I've pre-cut a couple of pieces. It cuts really easily with scissors. I'll just show you quickly like that. And normally I don't use pieces bigger than this, just because when you apply it over your shapes, if you have angular shapes or round shapes, sticking a big piece over might mean that you can poke a hole through it. So I use pieces like this or even smaller. You can also tear the tape, and that, if you have a closer look, it just makes it easier to peel, because it is a little bit fiddly getting it off. So depending on which look you want, you can either cut it or tear it. Okay, so then we're going to start applying it, and because it's double-sided, it is sticky and it goes on really quick and easy. So I normally just start at one side of it, and then make sure I have a couple of inches or millimeters on the side just to get it over, to fold it over neatly. And then I use my little stick, my little paper pencil, and I just fold it over the edges nicely so that when we apply it onto the book, it actually sits flat. I just cut away that bit. Okay, and this is where your paper pencil comes in really handy. So you just rub it on there and make sure that you can see your shape nicely. And so I'm just going to do this, continue layering all the way around. So you will have something that looks like this at the end. So it will overlap, but it gives a really nice design. Actually, it just creates some interest. You can see on this bit, I've applied some textures and design. So I'll quickly apply more metal tape over it. Let me just show you another piece. I want to show you how it looks when you apply it over the tape. So let's say like that. When you rub over the texture tape, this beautiful texture comes through, and when we paint it later, you'll see it just creates some really cool depth and interest on your project. So if it happens that you do stick a hole through your metal tape, because it is quite thin, don't fear, you just apply another bit over it. Okay. So you just continue like that all the way around. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, next I want to show you how the letters come through. So this piece I actually put down vertically. And so again, I just loosely place it on top of my letters and then rub over it from one side to the other so that we can get a really, really cool, neat look. Just like that. I'll show you how to do the flowers as well, because they can be a bit fiddly. Actually, I'm going to do them with little bits of metal. So we'll start and just finish that top bit. Okay, so the key thing with the flowers or rounded shapes is to work quite gently and to not go too deep into these the indented bits. So as soon as you can see the shape of the flower taking place, coming through, that is a good sign to stop. So don't go all the way to the bottom of the cardboard, just sort of let it go loosely over the flower. Otherwise you will definitely stick a hole through it, which we don't want. It's a good idea to start from the center of the flower and work your way out. And then defining it once you can see the shape coming through nicely. And again, we're just going to fold this piece over the edge over and flatten it. Oopsie. Made a bit of a bend. Like that.